It's good to have you guys here. We are excited for another show. We're bringing you guys something new. It seems like every single day. New look. Shout out to Volunteer Roadshow. Great network. Always trying to make it bigger and better like we are for you guys. They're doing that for us and you all. Welcome into today's show. Hey, we're talking Ncaa Tournament drama. Is that the right word? I don't even know if it's drama because there's not really much to talk about yet. Like it's kind of so unknown. I don't think you can call it drama. But we'll talk about what's happening with Henry T and if he's back. I guess he is back. That's not in question. If he's back to play, if he's back for good, we'll talk about all that. Then we've got Pro Day, spring practice a little bit. Tomorrow's Tennessee's Pro Day. Those guys met with the media today to talk a little bit about it, talk about their we'll talk Pro Day. Let's do it. Then we're going to talk about some basketball. Basketball season came to a very disappointing end. Very disappointing end. No one's happy about it. No one should be happy about it. But we also need to talk a little bit about Kim English. I forgot to mention that. So let's get into that a little bit.
Yeah, and if you wanted more heartbreak, there it is.
Yeah, no, that definitely is a big loss. So we'll slide that into those that basketball lineup there. Then we're also going to talk baseballs. Hey, I'm going to give a shout out to the legends of Lindsey Nelson. It's awesome. First off, what they're doing, just bringing exposure, bringing more to Tennessee baseball. I bought their shirt. I don't know about you. I bought their shirt.
Okay. Yeah. I saw where they're in Canadian tuxedos last night.
Yeah. So I bought their shirt. I'm doing it. Also, apparently, guys, the stream says Alexis Hornbuckle. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys. We're not Alexis and Maria. I apologize. I would rather listen to them too. I would. But no, this is more important issues. Welcome in. We'll get that edited and fixed. No problem. But sorry, where was I at now? Oh, I bought my shirt. I'm going to do a little buy the baseball shirt. Well, you can't anymore. Be ready to buy it when Landon gets it live again. Hope you bought it first round. If you didn't, be ready to buy it. Buy the Legends of Lindsey Nelson shirt. It's very Bill Walton-esque. Little tie-dye. Yeah, a little tie-dye action, but it looks great.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks great. Looks great. Excited to talk baseball's number 10. First SEC series starts this weekend against LSU. Or sorry, first home SEC series starts this weekend against
in 2
LSU.
years. First one in 2 years.
First one in 2 years. Yeah, exactly. Like Blake Griffin, we're back. We're dunking. NCAA tournament. Going to talk about. We talked a little bit about it on Sunday, but there was some Monday games, so we'll get into those. Talk all about the NCAA tournament. Other than Monday we'll talk about it. It was very. You get it. Drop your questions. Tell us where you're listening from. We're excited to be here.
Yeah, go check out our sponsors, Tennessee Tap House, Hound Dogs, and Blue Water Climate Control. They do a great job making this show possible. Also, Caleb mentioned it earlier, but go check out Volunteer Roadshow. Got a ton of shows. Did a show, I think it will be, I don't know if it was live today or tomorrow, but we got the second episode of the Bat Flip, talking about Tennessee baseball. So go check that out. Dude, it's... You want to get it going, the intro? It wouldn't be an official show without the intro. So do you want to throw it in here?
I got you. Guys, we'll see you on the other side.
Vols are back.
Yeah, they had us the first half. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, could be Wayne!
I think I got my swagger back. Oh!
I love it, baby!
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! Got it by Tennessee, Joanne Jennings. Jennings makes the catch.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now.
I made up my mind. I don't expect to ever look back. I'm going to stay at the University of Tennessee.
Reddit did to do and welcome into more important issues. It is Wednesday, March 24th. I'm excited. We're here. It's going. Guys, we already got Space Mountain. He's listening from Charleston, South Carolina, one of my favorite places in the world.
Ooh.
Love it. Drop him in there. We've got the chats here. Guys, Henry Toto. I thought like everyone got real excited on Monday when it looked like he was back, right? So what's the no news? Okay, here's my opinion. No news is not good news for Tennessee fans that want Henry To'oTo'o at Tennessee?
Yeah, I don't think so, but we'll see for sure tomorrow. Tomorrow's the start of spring practice, so I think you can't really hide them if they're practicing.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point. I was about to say that,
but they are being strategic with pictures, so it makes me think, maybe there's that little bit of hope.
Or they also, Landon. Don't give credit to the account that tweeted out about Bra. Don't give that much credit.
I'm not saying that. I'm talking about all the players.
I was just kind of giving you a hard time. I'll say this. I mean, I don't think it's going to be good news for what most Tennessee fans want, but I don't think him not being at spring practice tomorrow means he's not going to be at Tennessee.
But at what point are you just like, dude, are you coming or not? Like,
yeah, no, I agree. And that's kind of why I say, like, no news is probably bad news for Tennessee because, and in this, it could be from his perspective, like, why do I even need to talk about it? I guess. But I would think with the way it's been such a big topic, I would think if I were him, I would just tweet and be like, I'm at Tennessee. Right?
Yeah, just drop the news before somebody else drops it. You just, I don't know. Apparently, he deleted the post on Instagram, but he hasn't deleted it off Twitter. So,
which one? Which post is that? I'm sorry, I'm not woke.
The him leaving.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So, I don't know. I think Tennessee could really use him. It would be hard for me to go back to Tennessee after what my dad said about Tennessee. But
first off, Bowser said that wasn't true. So Henry, I'm sorry. We'll skip over that. We'll act like I didn't say that. To'oTo'o, so obviously there's no news with To'oTo'o. What about Quavarius Crouch? That one seems more likely that he returns. I don't know. Apparently he's been working out in Knoxville with former players the entire offseason.
But then, at what point are you just like, dude, are you here or not?
Are you in or you out? Yeah, no, I agree. That's a good point.
So, I mean, both those guys would give Tennessee a huge boost, especially what you have at linebacker right now. Just a lot of unknowns. You could have some talent, some potential talent that were sophomore or freshmen last year that will be sophomores this year, but you just don't really know.
I think that's the thing that sucks the worst for tennis for those two guys specifically. Like a lot of times you'd like to be like, hey, we just want to deal with the guys that are here. That's who we want to focus on. But for like linebacker position would be in question whether they were on the team or not. If you talk about them being gone, holy crap! That makes it 9 times scarier. And and I think that's like why. I mean, for me, I'm like, arms open wide, prodigal son. We'll accept them back, no problem.
Yeah, and does Tennessee coaches feel the same way? I think that's like, do they see what's out there and be like, oh God, please come back?
I've got to think they really need and I mean they need. I don't think that's in question. Need Henry To'oTo'o and probably Quavarius Crouch too. Whether they will accept them arms open wide, who knows with this. I mean, it's a new coaching staff. They, I got to think they would, but I have no idea.
Props. We won't give a lot of props to Jeremy Pruitt, but he at least from the last staff of them kind of getting rid of Juwan Jennings, he kind of taking it on his own when he didn't have to. Just be like, yeah, we can use you.
Juwan Jennings is probably a different animal than at least Quavarius Crouch. I don't know about Henry To'oTo'o because he was a leader on that defense last year. But yeah, no, that I got to say it's got to be a similar boat. But the big thing with Juwan Jennings is he's a dog. There's no other way to say it. He's a dog. Yeah, and every team needs a dog. And right now, Tennessee. If I felt as confident in Henry To'oTo'o or Quavarius Crouch as I did Juwan Jennings, I would be very upset if the Tennessee coaching staff wasn't doing everything in their power to keep them.
Yeah. Did he miss his window for Alabama? That's kind of my thing. Cause I know Alabama and Clemson kind of have that, hard cutoffs where like, hey, here's your date. If you're not here by then, or if you're not committed by then.
Yeah. I I think Alabama and Clemson for Henry To'oTo'o would take both of them. But I mean, part of it too has got to be availability. Henry To'oTo'o didn't announce he was transferring until late January. Well, at that point, Alabama only has 3 spots open. I think 4 spots. I can't remember how many they signed in the February window. That question did piss off Nick Saban, so that's fun. But I mean, yeah, they only have so many spots at that point. So yeah, hard cutoff. Yeah, I mean, I think that's got to be part of it. I can't imagine Alabama wouldn't take Henry To'oTo'o. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, Nick Saban told him not to come. I don't think I have a hard time. I'm sorry, I have a hard time believing it. Or Clemson. I don't know if Clemson, you mentioned them. I don't know if they were in that, who was in that transfer thought.
I mean, he probably doesn't stand out like he does at Tennessee at those 2 programs. I think he'd be fine, but, last year they had Dylan Moses. I mean, I wouldn't say, especially last year, he didn't play like he'd be a starter at Alabama.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. And I'll say this. You would think if a guy like that's going to transfer, I mean, aren't they probably going to transfer closer to home? Him being from California.
That's what's so weird about this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that he wasn't at Tennessee and he was, staying at home, taking online classes, I would just be like, yeah, it would be easy to go to Washington or USC or UCLA.
My question about that, though, is he just taking advantage of kind of the pandemic setup? Like, would he have been back on campus in a normal year is my question, or would he have been home not enrolled in classes?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I know they have a huge family, and in that culture, I know family is kind of everything, as it should be. But,
wow, update. Landon doesn't care about family.
I love
breaking
family.
News.
Shout out to my dad for helping us. So after work, I had to start a fire with all the brush.
Tom's getting tough down there.
It was overflowing. I just had to get rid of it.
Landon had to stay alive, start a fire.
Yeah, it was cold. And then we laid mulch and also cut some limbs. So
wow!
Shout out to my dad for helping me and Raven out.
Tracy, love it. All right, let's talk pro day. Let's talk spring practice. Tomorrow's Tennessee pro day.
So do you think Henry To'oTo'o's back?
No.
No. I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
It'd be cool.
Yeah, no. It would be cool. I'd like it. I won't be mad.
Yeah. But I mean, we'll find out for sure on Thursday. There's a little bit of hope, a little bit of that Tennessee in me that I just keep coming back.
Right. Let's get into pro day. Tomorrow starts off pro day for a lot of guys. I mean, the thing is too, is pretty much all the guys that we're talking about are gonna need outside of probably and even Trey Smith could use a good pro day. But his season tells a story more so than the pro day is going to tell, because a lot of people are looking to see can he practice and play on a weekly basis? Is he healthy enough? So pro day for Trey Smith isn't really it's not going to be the deciding factor. Could it help him? Sure. I don't see it hurting him. Without the combine, there's going to be more eyes on Tennessee's pro day in terms of the guys, that potentially will be in that draft class. That's like Trey Smith, Josh Palmer, and Bryce Thompson. So there will be more eyes there since no combine. All 3 of those guys, didn't they do invites to the combine, even though there wasn't one?
Yeah, I think all
3 of them got
invited. Yeah.
So they would have all 3 been invited. So there'll definitely be some eyes on it.
Yeah. I'm interested to see if Bryce Thompson gets drafted. That's I think Josh Palmer will be just fine. I'm interested to see where his 40's at. But more so Bryce Thompson. Where is his 40? Because I think that was a struggle of his, is just top end speed, and that could make or break of him getting drafted or not. Right.
Did you see what Josh Palmer is going for?
4.4.
4.4. If he runs a 4.440, like I said, those odds that are on Tennessee's pro day tomorrow are going to be very, very pleased. If he's able to top out at 4.4.
And I like how they're not doing the combine's cool, but I think it works out better for players to be kind of in their own element and perform like that.
I would think especially like quarterbacks, wide receivers, those 2 position groups that, you like there's comfort levels to it. You have your quarterback throwing to you, or if you're wide receiver, or if you're a quarterback, you were throwing to your wide receivers. So the timing's, what it's always been. I think there's definitely at those, some other positions. I don't know how much other than just you're comfortable. But I don't know as far as like on the field, how much you can really help you being in your own facility that you've been in for 4 years or whatever. But no, I think there's going to be some positions that definitely benefit. I don't know, like if that means it elevates much like draft stock for anybody. But yeah, I think at least guys can look better on that day.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see kind of what it looks like. Is it going to be televised? Do you know?
I don't think so. I haven't seen, so I can't say confidently. But I mean, there's enough coverage I think there'll be plenty of coverage from it. There was some sports brawl coverage today, so I got to think that we'll cover some guys throwing the football and whatnot.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll see them.
There was some sport. There was a brawl action too. Apparently, Chase Claypool got in a bar fight.
Oh, I didn't hear about this. What?
Yeah.
Was it on TikTok?
Yeah, I saw it on TikTok. TMZ got it.
Did you actually see it on TikTok?
Yeah, I really did.
Oh, okay. I was making fun of those guys at Pittsburgh.
But yeah, that's where I saw it.
Of course. Their entire lives are on TikTok now.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to have to find that. That's first off, bar fight in a pandemic. Whoa. That's pretty problematic.
No mask.
No. Wow. In Pittsburgh, big city. Come on, guys. Clean it up. What's the NFL going to say about that? They suspended him yet?
I don't know.
For not even for the fight, just for not wearing a mask.
It should. Yeah.
Find him find the Steelers a draft pick. Who'd they find a draft pick for not wearing their mask properly? Was it the Falcons? No, the Raiders, I'm pretty sure. Like $100,000, like $100,000 and like a 6th round draft pick. Something stupid. Like I get like having to punish people who don't follow the protocols you put in place, but taking away a draft pick because John Gruden didn't wear his mask correctly for an entire game is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Like no matter what side of like mask, no mask you stand on, you should be able to go, those things are dumb. Like that's dumb.
You'd rather somebody just not wear a mask than somebody just do this.
What about
yell
Pat,
at the official?
What about Pat Forty's take? Did we talk about this?
What was his take? Just
he tweeted like 4 of the coaches out. I know Huggins was one of them. I don't remember who else. And he was
that they didn't care.
He was like, how convenient that these guys haven't worn their mask correctly all year, and now they're eliminated from the NCAA tournament. I was like, huh. If I had known, like the only way Tennessee was going to win a national championship was if I wore my mask correctly, I would have done it like very consciously. I would be wearing my mask right now, and it's just me and Brutus in the house.
I'd wear like 4 of them.
If that's what it took for Tennessee to win a national championship.
Apparently 2 is better than 1, and definitely 4 would be better than 2. So
that's good math. That's good math. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Spring practice also starts tomorrow. Like you mentioned, we find out. I gotta think that's going to be the biggest question. Is Heupel meeting with the media tomorrow?
I don't know.
I gotta think if he does, that's the first question. Right?
What do the quarterbacks look like? What do they look like? Who does Caden? What does Caden Salter look like?
Yeah, Paul. What? Are we going to get pumped up this spring? Like, is it going to happen?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Dude, I can't wait.
Get ready for it.
I can't wait to tailgate. I don't care how good we are.
Are we tailgating the orange and white game?
No, I'm just talking about this season.
Are you against it?
Against tailgating?
The orange and white game?
I'm not against it, no.
Okay. We think about this. We've been off for a whole year. We pulled a Ivy League and just took the whole season off.
Apparently, the governor said everybody's going to get the vaccine by April 5th, or have the opportunity, I guess, to.
I think today, everyone over the age of 16 in the state of Tennessee is eligible to get a vaccine, I believe.
Dope.
Yeah. So go get your vaccines and we can tailgate. Yeah, well, let's require let's like Krispy Kreme it. Like
bring your card.
You can get a free beer if you bring your vaccine card. 2 if you've gotten both doses.
That'd be so fun. We have somebody just stamp it.
Yeah, and then they get Miller High Life. So that sucks that you got a shot and Miller High Life. Like that, I feel bad for you actually. Champagne and beers though. So
they get a shot?
No, like the needle inside of
that
you.
shot. Okay,
And that's not a take on the vaccine. It just sucks to get shots. Like that's. I don't know anyone who's like, yeah, man, I went and got my flu shot the other day. It's my favorite day of the year.
It was great. Yeah, got the.
Unless you have a cute nurse.
One time I got out of.
I mean, he's. Really
I got out of
cute.
conditioning one day because it was either you go give blood and not condition, or you don't give blood and have to condition. I was like, dude, I'm giving blood.
Is this
Sign
in
me
college
up.
or high school?
College. I was like, sign me up.
That's some dedication to winning the blood drive. Who were y'all playing? Were y'all playing like Mars Hill for the blood drive or something?
Or Tusculum, I think.
Tusculum? Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really hate them. Newberry? Doesn't Carson Newman and Newberry hate each other?
They hate Catawba.
Catawba. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to have to familiarize myself with some of the Northeastern rivalries. So
Yeah, there you go. In the sack.
in the sack. Oh. All right. I mean, what we talked about spring practice headlines, spring football headlines. Are there any like you're like, all right, tomorrow I want to if I don't know who the starting quarterback is, fire Josh Heupel.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's it. It's that simple.
Do we have any linebackers on this roster? That's kind of where
That's
I'm
a
at.
great question. I mean, Georgia did name their starting quarterback today,
There you go.
so something to think about.
And,
Do it.
and we have a new wide receiver. Some we haven't had since when, like Josh Smith.
Like on the roster?
No, not on the roster. Just like somebody we actually recruited.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't see Color Landon, so
No, I just
Yeah.
thought it was cool.
I had no idea.
And it's an in-state kid.
It is an in-state kid.
I
which
guess,
are
like-
all of the white kids. I think
That's
is
what I was
important
about to say. I was like, all the wide receivers we've had in the past have been from the state of Tennessee.
I don't know if that's true. Were the Rogers brothers?
They're
from the
from
state of Tennessee.
Lipscomb
Were they?
Academy.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. See, I didn't know that. Now
There you go.
you learn something new every day. Big fan of the Rogers brothers, by the way.
Yeah,
Big
great.
fan. Were there two of them, or am I making that up?
I remember Zach. I don't.
Yeah. See, I said brothers, and then I was like, I don't think there's a second one. I
Just
feel like
made
there-
it up.
yeah. No, I feel like there was one that didn't play.
Bartholomew's.
Yeah, exactly. Bartholomew's are a great Nashville. All right.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a second one that didn't play as much, but don't hold me to that.
I want to say you're right, but I have no
Find out.
clue either.
All right, let's talk basketball. Let's go bad news first. Bad news or good news first?
Let's go bad.
Bad news.
I'm
Okay,
just
so
feeling bad. Yeah.
not for Kim English. I'm very well. Hold on. I am very, very like selfish.
You're the
Very
right.
selfish. Yeah, for sure. So I'm not happy that Kim English is gone. I won't cheer against him unless Tennessee plays George Mason, and then I'll cheer.
And it's on.
And then it's on. But no, great for him. Like well deserved. I knew this would happen. I honestly did not know it would happen like this year. I mean, I don't know if I could have given you a good timeline, but Kim English was hired as the head coach at George Mason. Good for him. Like that's awesome. He's pretty. I don't know his exact age, but he's pretty young.
Like
I know
36.
yeah, he has not been coaching a terribly long time, and already has a good head coaching job. So good for him. And he had a very, very classy response in his exit to a guy he recruited very hard to get to Tennessee. I know we're not going to get into it because kind of got cucked right before the show started, but don't see that from Tennessee assistants that leave often. So good for him.
Yeah, absolutely. It sucks from a recruiting standpoint because that was your Niedermeyer.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say
Whoa. Yeah. not Niedermeyer.
with no NCAA violations.
I like that better.
He was your closer. That's a better.
No,
he was your
I mean
closer.
Tennessee recruited infinitely better the day he stepped foot on campus.
Yep.
He was a guy that could go out and get highly touted guys. Whatever he was doing, building that relationship. He's the one who found Santiago Vescovi. Just, not like he was like, playing in the streets of Uruguay or anything, but he was in the NBA Academy, what's it called? The International NBA Academy? I feel like it's not called that.
Yeah, the NBA Academy.
Okay, but it's like there's a stateside one and like an international one, and he was in the international one.
Okay, yeah, in Australia.
Yeah. But I mean, Kim English is the one who found him and got him to Tennessee, and the first one. I mean, pretty much the first college coach in the United States to identify him. So just a really good scouter, really good recruiter. I mean, Rick Barnes brought him on for a reason. Good for him. I'm excited. And that, hey, George Mason, you just got yourself another fan. Congratulations.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, are they the Deacons or something?
No. They are why didn't you ask me that? I meant to even text Jesse, who is a proud George Mason alum.
That was the first thing. As soon as I said that, I was like, oh, Jesse went there.
Yeah, exactly. I can't remember what they are. Let's see here.
But I like how we're getting the kind of, I think somebody mentioned this also. I don't remember who it is, but kind of getting the Tennessee tree, the coaching tree out a little bit. So when we do have to make a coaching change, we have some options.
Yeah. Hopefully they're more.
And we've kind of talked about how we like Kim English, and if Rick Barnes was moving on, we would think that he would be in the running for that. So it's good. Maybe it's a good thing that he's leaving now, get some head coaching experience, and then when we need to make a change, there he is. Yeah.
I mean, obviously Kim English, unless things just take a turn south, he's going to have his name in the hat for bigger jobs, whether it be, Tennessee or, whatever comes open. I don't see George Mason as his last stop. It is important to note that he is a Missouri guy. He went to Missouri, seems to, love Missouri. And we'll see if he somehow finds his way back to Tennessee before Missouri. I think that'd be interesting. I will say this: if Rick Barnes was no longer the coach of Tennessee, I'd need to go look at the year they had before I maybe cement this. But Steve Forbes, I gotta think, would be at the top of that list.
Oh yeah, he's part of that tree too.
Yeah. So do you know how he did at Wake Forest this year? I mean, I can pull it up, but I'll just ask you if it was decent, not great.
I don't think they were very good.
I don't think they were either.
I think they're the worst team in the ACC, if I remember.
Yeah, see, I figured I was putting my foot in my mouth there by saying that. I wanted him. I was like, Tennessee needs to go get him when we thought Rick Barnes was leaving. That's who Tennessee needs to go try and hire. And we were actually talking about this the other night because we were talking about how disappointing it was that ETSU didn't get to play in last year's tournament. ETSU would have, who Steve Forbes was coaching at that time, they would have been in the NCAA tournament without the automatic bid from the SoCon. I can't remember what their record was. It was insane. It was their best year, I think, since 2006. And they wouldn't have needed an automatic bid to make the NCAA tournament that year. And it got canceled. Yeah. So normally those smaller conferences require those automatic bids. Harold Denton asked who was mentioned to replace Coach English on Barnes' staff. I don't think I've seen anything. We've seen anything. This happened yesterday. Yesterday. Sorry, my days are running together. I don't think there's been any names thrown out. I don't know if it'll be we'll see. I've got to imagine they're gonna go and try to find someone that's similar fit in terms of a recruiter, probably a young guy, new face. I would think.
Yeah, Tennessee has some. Des Oliver is a really good assistant. They really like Mike Schwartz as well. So I don't think those two are incapable of, taking on that recruiter role. I think Schwartz has done a great job recruiting as well. They'll hire somebody. I don't think we'll really know who they are until they're here.
You're right. Yeah, no.
We didn't really know Kim English as a coach until he got here.
Right.
So we'll see. Hate to see him go, but good for the guy.
But love to watch him leave.
Yeah, that too.
All right, starting five. That's why we were talking basketball. projected starting 5. I'm going to go ahead and go hot take here. Jaden Springer and Keon Johnson are going to be my starting 5. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Do you think they're both gone? Are both of them gone?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so let me just devil's advocate it here because I think you know where I stand in that belief. Let me go a little devil's advocate. Keon Johnson tweeted that he was not leaving without a national championship. I'm not saying he truly meant it or believes it. I'm just saying he tweeted it.
He crushed that kid's dreams.
You call me. We need to go.
He's going to be so upset here in the next few weeks when he declares for the draft.
Listen, I'm with you. I just what's funny to me is why tweet it if you have no and I got
crushing dreams, man. Just like he's Tennessee through and through, crushing dreams.
He's about to talk me he's about got me talked into it. The way I'm sitting here talking.
You like to bring that up. Like you're kind of sold on it.
He sold me completely. I'm in the camp of why say it if you don't even partially
you're drinking the Kool-Aid, man.
Oh, 100%. I listen. I'm not. Here's the thing, though. I'm not saying anything about Jaden Springer. I have no belief that he will return because he didn't tweet anything. Keon tweeted it, and everyone knows once you tweet it,
screenshots live forever.
Screenshots live forever. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Tell that to Jay Graham.
God, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is finding out the hard way. That screenshots live forever.
Yep.
Just like shrimp and grits, they never go away. It's amazing. It's the best. It's the best. Speaking of Charleston, South Carolina. Okay. Starting 5.
Are you putting Keon Johnson in your
No, I'm not putting Keon Johnson in.
Okay.
But how cool would that be? Because I will say this, Kennedy Chandler.
See, I think Jaden Springer has a better chance to come back than Keon.
I mean, in terms of probably where they'll be projected, yeah, I would agree with that. But I think he's going to be a first round, top, probably 15 pick. I mean, he's been mentioned in the lottery, hadn't he? As a lottery pick.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
if you even get the slightest, you could be a lottery pick.
You're going. Yeah, you're going. Out. Exactly. And that's fine. Do it. Yeah. I don't have either of them, my starting 5, projected starting 5. But I do have Kennedy Chandler. I definitely have Kennedy Chandler in there.
I do too. Yeah, just you needed a point guard. You could have used him this year. He would have started 2 years ago on this team.
Right. Yeah, no, for sure. So I do have him. My one that I'm really interested in, I guess since we're talking about guys maybe leaving, is John Fulkerson. Because I don't have a clue. No clue. I feel like if he was staying, maybe it would have been said. I don't know. But yeah. And part of me, the reason I've gotten more, the injury scares me even more. Because was it bad enough for him to be I'm just not doing this anymore? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think he comes back. I think he really loves Tennessee, and why not? I mean, you didn't accomplish what you wanted to accomplish. You didn't have the year you wanted to have. Baby, come back.
He has no he has no reason to leave.
Right. Yeah, I think if you do pros and cons, I think he comes back just based off that.
Right. I would say that he has no reason to leave, but for me, it's just the issue is again, I'm looking into things that that doesn't really mean anything 100% true. But I mean, him exiting the court at senior day, that tells me he at least hasn't made up his mind, that he's staying.
Right.
Or sorry, it could mean two things. It either means he's made up his mind that he's leaving, but he said he hadn't, or he at least hasn't made up his mind that he's staying. So I think that kind of going into the Henry To'oTo'o, I think the fact that he's quiet right now probably means not good for what Tennessee fans want. So yeah, I don't know. I do think John Fulkerson will be here, and I have him. I have him in my projected starting 5.
Yeah, I do too. I just think with what you are bringing in with Kennedy Chandler, I think that only helps him having a point guard that can get to the rim. that can create his own shot. I think it just helps post players out tremendously that are able to find him. So yeah, I think that comes back. But you do need to add some help because I think the other big men that you have on this roster, unless they just improve a ton over the next or over this offseason, I just think you need to add some help, whether that's, you go get a transfer. Walker Kessler, I know it was big on Tennessee, actually took an official visit here. Was transferring from North Carolina. Brandon Hundley Hatfield, if he reclassifies, that will be huge. Right. But I think you need to find some help down low because I don't want to see us, right now I have us playing small ball because you just don't know who else is going to be here because, right now it's just Kenny Chandler in this class. You have Victor Bailey Jr., Vescovi, Josiah Jordan James at the 4, and Fulgerson is my 5. That's what I got. And I don't think that necessarily will improve guard-wise, but not on defense. I don't think so.
Yeah.
And I think we'll get beat on the boards again too.
Right. I've got to hope, got to think that there's a forward that makes the jump this offseason. Now, is it Kumwa? Is it Corey Walker Jr.? I got to think they're really going to be focused on finding a big guy, a big man. EJ Anasicki he didn't show even flashes, but I got to think that that's going to be a big focus this offseason, and that makes me lean towards. I've got to think. So I'll just run through my 5 real quick, and that's Kenny Chandler, Victor Bailey Jr., Josiah Jordan James, John Fulkerson, and then I'm going to go with Olivier Kumwa just because I think he showed the most promise. And like I said, I think that's going to be a focus. I think Rick Barnes mentioned it in the last press conference that they've got to get back to the identity that made Tennessee successful, and that would be the opposite of small ball. So I got to think that it's going to be looking for a bigger guy, obviously still kind of lacking that true size. But I've always kind of had faith in Olivia Kumwa, maybe letting maybe my ego's getting into it in terms of I just want to be right. So I'm gonna put him in that starting 5. I hope he makes that leap. I feel like he showed flashes his first year and then a few more flashes this year. Hadn't quite pieced it all together, but I got to think that's going to be a focus of the staff in the offseason.
Yeah, guys that I think would basically just show up today. Like if they showed up today, that would be the starting 5. I think they've kind of solidified that. Fulgerson, I think he would be there just because you don't really have anybody to beat him out.
Right.
Josiah Jordan James, because I think he gives you just so much. Offensively, defensively, rebounds, steals, assists. Right. He kind of does it all. So I think you need a guy like that in your lineup, whether he's at the 4 at a wing spot, and then Kennedy Chandler. Like I said, he could have started this year or last year on this team. As a junior in high school, he could have started.
Yeah, no, for sure. Excited to have Kenny Chandler. I think he is going to be probably more. I thought very highly of Jordan Bone, but he was a little bit more of a project than I think Kennedy Chandler will be. This is a guy that's going to come in here as a lottery pick, and he's going to kind of have those. He already has some of those traits that Jordan Bone had to work to get to, and was still working to get to, and a little bit more natural size on him. So I think he's gonna bring what you lost in Jordan Bone and some, and that's going to help. If that team 2 years ago had Jordan Bone, they still wouldn't have been great, but man, it would have helped them tremendously. And then obviously this year's team could have, which Jordan Bone would have been. We wouldn't have had him. He would have had to leave. But if this team had someone like Kenny Chandler or Jordan Bone, that's where which we said this last week. Anyways, this team could find themselves anywhere in the Final Four out in the first weekend, and they chose the first weekend. But they definitely need an aggressive guard, a guy that's willing to get to the hole at all costs.
Yeah, and a guy that when it's late in the shot clock or late at the end of games. This team kind of looked at each other and being like, who's the guy?
Yep.
Well, if you're going to look around like that with Kenny Chandler, he's just going to be like, I'm going to be the guy. I'll go to the rim.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when in doubt, I'll create my own shot if nothing else. And I think you need a guy like that. Jordan Bone was like that as well. So I think that just helps us offensively. Defensively, I think it kind of struggles. It's going to struggle a little bit just because you don't have the inside post presence, the shot blocker like Eves Pons. You don't have the incredible athletes in Jaden Springer and Keon Johnson to be a lockdown defender. So I think that's something that Vescovi and Victor Bailey Jr. really have to work on in this offseason is, defense. And I think Victor Bailey Jr. has the tools. I mean, the dude's super athletic.
Right.
We've seen flashes of it. He's fast, he's quick, and he's not super small. But for whatever reason, Vescovi is a better defender than he is. And it shouldn't be the case.
Right. It's going to be big, too. And, I mean, I don't know for this team if, even if Brandon Huntley Hatfield, even if he reclassifies, who knows? Look at Corey Walker this year. Who knows if he even gets to play, at all.
DJ Burns is the same way. I mean, he wasn't as highly rated as those two guys, but still, he was a 4-star that you're like, okay, he could come in here and play and just didn't really have the maturity. Right.
And then Jemai Mashak, too, is worth mentioning, a guy to kind of look out for next year that'll be coming in. A new guy new face to look forward to. Hey, we also got a tweet from Mark Maxwell. He said Jonas Hayes from Xavier is the name he heard to replace Kim English on the staff. Jonas Hayes is at Xavier right now. I think he's similar. He's younger, and I think he's kind of similarly known, at least how Tennessee fans know Kim English in terms of the ability to put together highly ranked classes. So, Jonas Hayes played at Georgia, so does have some of those SEC ties.
From Atlanta, too. That could be nice, getting some of those Georgia recruits in here.
Right. Brutus digging into the couch again. He's getting excited. He got excited about that Jonas Hayes name. So, something to it. Yeah, something to it. To it. You got anything else for basketball? Shout out Mark Maxwell for the assist there.
Love my guy, Mark.
Little assist.
No, I don't. Jemai Mashak, I kind of forgot about him, and that's terrible on my part. But he's a guy that if Vescovi and Victor Bailey Jr. don't step up in the offseason and aren't able to defend, aren't able to knock down shots, he's a guy that could find his way into a starting role.
Yeah, I think he absolutely could find his way. Towards the end of the season, again, it's kind of hard to judge Rick Barnes. His trust is interesting. It's very, very interesting. So it is kind of hard to judge those guys.
You know what I was thinking about? And we're talking about what kind of caused Tennessee to just what game it was that we really just lost it. And we said Florida, but is it not when we started the freshmen? And it's stupid to say because they were your two best players, but that's when we just looked so inconsistent.
When was their first start? Because there was a while there that Tennessee won every game with Jaden Springer. The only games they had lost were without Jaden Springer. So what games? You have to jog my memory. When did they get the nod?
It was right around SEC play.
See, I was thinking it was before SEC play, but you may be right. I can't remember the exact date.
I think some of them started a game or two, but when we started both of them, there was a period when they did not start both of them.
All right. So is this your conspiracy theory? I was going to present maybe for we're about to hit the off season, guys. We're going to blink and March is going to be over. So I was going to present some hot topics for April, May, June, July. Okay. I'm thinking one episode we're going to just need to really, really dive into our favorite sports conspiracy theories.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great.
I'll give a little maybe a preview to the show. I was reading the one about how golly, Kevin, who was it? What was this one I was reading today? Good Lord.
Kevin Malone.
Yeah, Kevin Malone. Shoot.
Oh, you would love jail.
Golly. Okay, your favorite sports conspiracy theories. Do it. Well, so Kevin Costner, how's it go? Either Kevin Costner, this is not true, I don't think. Do I need to put that disclaimer on? Either slept with Cal Ripken Jr.'s wife and they like got in a fight, or Cal Ripken Jr. slept with, is Kevin Costner even married? Kevin Costner's wife. And it almost cost Cal Ripken Jr. the record for most consecutive starts or appearances or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the Orioles canceled the game that night so people wouldn't find out that they like had gotten into a brawl.
Oh, Kevin Costner and Cal Ripken Jr. got in a fight.
Yes, and the Orioles, and so Cal Ripken Jr. wasn't going to go to the game because this happened. And the Orioles, to not cost him that streak, apparently canceled the game like due to lighting problems, like with the.
Did
light.
you just make this up?
No, this is
I was
true.
going to say that's a really good story if you did.
No, this is a sports conspiracy theory that a lot of people believe. So we need to do a full deep dive episode into some of these.
So like the McDonald's bag.
Yeah, exactly. We need to do some investigative reporting, or let someone else do some investigative reporting, and we'll piggyback it and just steal all the info.
Okay, yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we need to do when we get into the off season. That's
smarter,
what we'll do.
not harder.
Exactly. Mark Maxwell also asked if it heard anything on the Auburn shooter. How we heard anything? Whoa,
Shooter.
God. Okay. Any more news?
We have had talks with him. I would like to have somebody watching I forget what his name is for Loyola Chicago, that shooter that they have. It looks like 15 years old.
So you're not talking about the 45-year-old then?
No, I'm not. I'm talking about Crowick. He's got a baby face. He's got like little shaggy hair and just a white dude that can stroke it.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
But I mean, like, I would like to have a guy that's just a knockdown shooter like that.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Pure shooter. Just let him go to work.
A Chris Lofton, just bang, bang. Like he's a shooter that I do this. I don't know if you do it, but if opposing team has one of those shooters, every time he shoots it, I turn my head.
Oh yeah, you're like, here we go again.
Yep. You just like hope for the best. You know, if you hear a crowd reaction, just like, you're like, oh man, not again.
And reverse of that, pretty much anytime a Tennessee player shoots a ill-advised three, I turn my head. Since Chris, like there hasn't been another 3-point shooter since Chris Lofton that I like willingly watched every single 3-point shot that they've taken.
Yeah.
So I would love to be able to watch again. It would be fun. I think we need to.
I'm trying to think of another one.
No, don't think too hard.
I mean, like Admiral had some of those moments, but he wasn't like a dead eye shooter.
Being the nervous wreck I am during basketball games or any Tennessee sporting event, I could not confidently watch any shot he took. Honestly, like I'm sorry, like Admiral, I love you, I do. You made a lot of big shots. Fine, I'll say it. I probably didn't get to watch the Gonzaga 3 go in. Like it sucks, but I didn't. Lamonte Turner, I 100% didn't watch the Kentucky shot go in the semifinal. In fact, I yelled, no, 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 no. It's just part of me. I'm sorry. Like, I'm happy.
Bang,
I'm
bang.
glad I was wrong, but I can't do it. I couldn't do it.
Yep.
So that's just the way it is. Things will never be the same.
We're talking ourselves back into greatness.
I can talk myself
yeah.
into anything.
You know, I think with the year you had this year, you need to address shooters. You need to address big man, a true point guard, stuff like that. So anybody that's in the transfer portal deserves a call. If they have experience, if they have, if they're productive at their other school, I think they deserve a call.
Yeah. Good with me.
Come to the Tennessee.
Come to the ship. Sip. What does he say?
Sip. Yeah.
Sip. Come to the sip. All right. Baseballs. Let's do it.
Got another win last night before they get their first home SEC series against LSU this weekend. LSU is ranked number 22 in the country, lead the nation in home runs with 37. I mentioned it last night. That's kind of makes me nervous every time that I hear it. See like one of their hitters, I'm going to have to turn my head. Last night you got a lot of guys some work that won't really get a lot this weekend. You know, a guy like Trey Lipscomb had a huge day. He had 3 hits. He had a RBI double. He had a 2-run home run. And then he had a single, made a great play on a bunt, barehanded it and threw the guy out at first. So, he looked like he's, some of those guys that aren't producing, I think, that's some of those other guys a chance for them to kind of earn their playing time.
Right.
And, Logan Steenstra looked good at first base. He played pretty well. Cortland Lawson got in last night, had a home run. He looked pretty well. Kyle Booker hit the ball. I don't know if I think he had 1 hit, but, hit the ball pretty well. He hit 1 to right center, the deepest, part of the ballpark, and was caught on the warning track. But yeah, you got some guys, some different looks. You threw a bunch of pitchers in there that, didn't get to see any action against Georgia. So I think you have some weapons, if somebody goes down or if somebody's not producing, I think you have some weapons behind them. But I think this atmosphere is going to be really cool. Aaron Fitt, I think, is with D1 Baseball, and he was asked, what he thought about this Tennessee team. And he said Tennessee was, probably this – he looks at them as like the 6th best team in the SEC, which, the top 5 is SEC teams. So
right.
Top 5 in the country are all SEC teams. So Tennessee should be right there with them. And that would have us hosting a regional, and that would be really cool for this program to host a regional. Hopefully we're at full capacity. But yeah, we're really liking where this program's at, and we'll get another test this weekend, this gauntlet of an SEC schedule.
Right. You mentioned that article or question and answer with D1 Baseball there. I mean, that's big for Tennessee to be already kind of considered that. I know you want to be in the, with those top 5s, in those top 5s, those programs. But I mean, just to even be in the 2nd tier of SEC teams is far better than the way Tony Vitello received this program. I mean, they had missed the SEC tournament the year before he arrived. So to just be mentioned in that 2nd group is a big step for this program. Going back to I do want to ask you about this series, because I think right now it's fair to question Tennessee's offense, their ability to bring runs in right now. That's going to be trouble this weekend. Can Tennessee do it against LSU? Does Tennessee have the bullpen to fight LSU off for a weekend? Like, I mean, obviously you want to get at least 1 win. Can they get, do you see them being able to put a game together to get 1 win? And then, like, realistically, what's the series look like for you?
I think if they're able to keep them in the ballpark, I think this is a really good series, and Tennessee is going to be super competitive in it. I think right now it's, Tennessee has to match what they do offensively. Mm-hmm. Their pitching is kind of their weakness. They've given up a ton of runs, lost 2 games to Oral Roberts this year, and gave up a ton of runs in that game or those couple games. So I think Tennessee, if they're able to match kind of what they do offensively, get some home runs, not leave a ton of guys on base, I think Tennessee will be just fine against LSU.
Good deal. It's going to be a fun series. Like I said, first SEC series, home series this year, or in 2 years if you're landing. Should be a really, really good environment. regardless of, I know it sucks that I think I'm pretty confident with the way I see Tennessee baseball being talked about right now, like on social media, in public. If this was if it was open to the public, I'm confident you would have a packed house for at least Friday, Saturday, kind of depending on the weather. I think it would be just an absolutely phenomenal baseball environment. Regardless, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Mentioned the legends of Lindsey Nelson. They're making it a lot of fun, and that's good because, listen, whether you like baseball or not, you gotta at least understand that to make it fun, you got to have stuff going on outside the game. And I think that's kind of true for any sport, honestly, but baseball is pretty slow compared to basketball or football. So
it definitely helps the atmosphere if you got some rowdy fans in the stands.
Yeah. So they're doing a great job of making it fun for everybody involved. And also beer and Lindsay, that helps. We're working on Tequila Tuesdays, guys. We're working on it. Could have had a great Tequila Tuesday last night. A lot of runs scored. That would have been a lot of shots. So no big deal. But we'll get there one day.
Yep, soon enough. I'll be there some this weekend. So if y'all want to, say hey or chat a little bit about some Tennessee baseball, I'd love to see you guys there. Hopefully, I see the legends of Lindsey Nelson. I'm sure they'll be there, and their whatever attire is on the menu that day.
I've got to think. Are you going to have the baseball shirt on? How are they going to find you? They've never seen your face before. The people you just told that to. So,
just yell my name.
Just yell Landon. They'll find you.
Yeah.
No problem.
I will probably be behind the third base dugout.
Okay. You like to sit behind Vitello?
I like to see in our dugout. I like to
Vitello's
see in our dugout. Yeah,
sorry.
that's where my dad sits. So I might, sneak over there with him, or I'll be in the media section.
Perfect. All right, let's talk a little NCAA tournament. We did talk a lot about this weekend. Fun basketball. The Monday was pretty boring. I guess it was fun to like. It was. You got some good games, but it was nowhere near as exciting as Sunday or the previous couple days. I think the only upset was. I'm gonna make sure. The only upset was Oregon, right? No, USC won, but they won by freaking 30. Didn't feel like an upset.
Oh yeah, they beat. Who did they beat?
Kansas.
Yeah, they beat Kansas. That's right. Oh god, that was terrible.
But I don't think there was a game closer than 15 on Monday night. That's insane, right? That seems insane.
Because Gonzaga covered, and it was 15.5. I think they hit 16.
Let me see what the final is. It was Creighton and Ohio was the closest game, I believe, and it was 14. So that was the closest game. Abilene Christian saw their run coming to an end.
Dominated.
Hey, the good news though, because originally I was pissed about the UCLA Michigan State thing. So since I filled my bracket out before Michigan State lost, I filled it out as Michigan State / UCLA. So my bracket did really well.
Yeah, I did that same thing. So I don't think I had them going to the Sweet 16.
I had them going to the Sweet 16. I had Michigan State going to the Sweet 16, but it worked out as UCLA. So
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So that was good. Worked out for me. But yeah, listen, I effing hate Alabama. I hate Alabama. I actually want to talk about this because did you see the story? It's resurfaced. Apparently it's an old story about Ben Affleck refusing to wear a New York Yankees hat in Gone Girl.
No.
Okay, so there's a scene in Gone Girl where he's walking through the airport with like a Mets hat, down where he can't get recognized. Apparently, I don't remember the director's name, wanted him to wear a Yankees hat. Apparently, they had to halt production for 4 days, which is absurd on both sides. Like, a lot of people were like, Ben Affleck's so unprofessional. He halted production for 4 days. Like, I feel like they could have come to the New York Mets hat way sooner than 4 days.
Just like wear just a random hat.
Just like a plain hat.
Right. It could be like a Carhartt hat or something.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. You're making sense. Like you're right. But the reason I say this, I had fun watching Alabama's game last night. If I was put in that same situation and I was in a movie or anything, and the director, the boss, whatever, was like, hey, wear this Alabama hat for the movie, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
No, I wouldn't either.
If I was cast for a movie and they're like, hey, you're going to be the head coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide, I would, in that movie, I would create recruiting violations like Jeremy Pruitt did at Tennessee, burn the program to the ground and quit, or get fired. I don't know. I would never coach at Alabama ever.
Yeah, just like the Henry To'oTo'o to Alabama thing. You can't play in that game your freshman year at Alabama and, want to transfer there and say roll tide.
No, you can't. And I would never. I'm with Ben Affleck on this one. A lot of people are like, he's a baby, put the Yankees hat on. Hell no. He's a Red Sox fan. He should never.
Yeah, and he's like one of the biggest actors in Hollywood. He can do what he wants.
I know a lot of people are like that. No, I disagree. Just put it on. Quit being a baby. No, I'm with Ben Affleck here. F the Yankees. Go Red Sox.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I would never be caught dead in anything Alabama. Ever.
No, but I wouldn't wear that either. But if it was just like somebody I really didn't care about, I'd be like, okay. Well.
Yeah, no, if they were like, hey, Caleb, throw on this Kentucky hat, I'm like, okay.
But the Mets hat? Was he trying to not be seen?
Like in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea of the movie is like he's walking through the airport. I've never seen Gone Girl, by the way. I've heard it's really good. Never seen
I haven't either. No.
He's like walking through the airport trying not to get recognized. So he's got it like kind of like, down. And it's a Mets hat, which it should be a sign that something's going on. No one is a New York Mets fan.
That's what I was about to say. Who the hell's wearing a Mets hat? Security.
Yeah, for real. I don't know the exact premise. I just know I saw it tweeted a bunch today. And I was like, I'm with Ben Affleck here. I'm not a big Ben Affleck guy. More Matt Damon myself. But
okay.
But no, I just thought it was funny because I was like,
don't give in.
100% on his side. But yeah, I say all that. That's a big roundabout way to say I still did enjoy watching Alabama make 17 threes on Monday night.
So gross.
It was just insane. Like, it's stupid. Yeah, it's incredibly stupid. I have Alabama in my Final Four, but I am praying that Oral Roberts beats them.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I would love nothing more than to see Oral Roberts.
There's no way, right?
No, not a chance.
There's no way.
Not a chance. That's on Saturday, though. That's in the Sweet 16. And then Sunday, more Sweet 16 games. No, right? Wait. Does Alabama play Oral Roberts? I'm in the wrong bracket. Arkansas plays Oral Roberts. I'm an idiot. 2A teams from the SEC. I want Arkansas to win.
Red.
They are. UCLA plays Alabama. The sentiment remains the same. Yeah,
I think UCLA gets smashed.
I would think so too. But yeah, I still.
But yeah, like no one knows.
Hey, so I've got to do I'm an idiot because I said the Big Ten would have the most teams in the round of 32. Hey, Caleb, you're an idiot.
And no one saw the Pac-12 coming. If you,
dude, did Bill Walton cast a spell? What has happened?
I mean, that was literally everybody thought that is the worst conference in basketball, and they just keep winning.
It's insane. They have the most teams in the Sweet 16. I believe they had the most in the round of 32 as well.
Colorado's the only team that lost, right?
Colorado so far is the only team that's lost in the Pac-12 in the NCAA tournament. This week, USC and Oregon play. I think that's the only Pac-12 matchup. Yeah. That's what it has to be.
Yeah, it's UCLA, and who's the other one?
Oregon State.
How weird is it that Arizona is not in it?
It is wild. Were they on a postseason ban this year, though?
That's what I was thinking.
I think they're a postseason ban. I don't know if they would have.
I don't think they were very good anyway.
Right. I don't know if they would have made it anyways. They kind of like Auburned it. Like, oh, perfect year to be on a postseason ban. This is awesome. Yeah, it was. I don't know if they were self-imposed or what, but yeah, I think they were on a ban. But yeah, I got to eat my words because apparently the Big Ten sucks. I should have known it. I bet on Iowa a lot this year and lost every single time. So, hey, couldn't have happened to a better team, though, Ohio State losing to a 15 seed.
Yeah, it was great.
So
Iowa, who did they play? Who did they lose to?
God, why are you asking me this stuff? I can't remember. So many games.
Did Iowa win?
Iowa won their first game.
They didn't. They didn't win their second game.
They lost on Sunday. They lose on Saturday. I guess they lost on Saturday. So they played their second game Saturday. Is that right? Yes. No, they beat Grand Canyon on Saturday, so they lost on Monday. Who did they lose to on Monday? That means they got blown out. Right?
I think it was that first game.
They were the early game. They got beat by Oregon. You're right.
Okay.
They were the early game. Yeah, they got beat by 15 by Oregon.
Yeah, they got smacked.
Oregon just stopped scoring, or they would have scored 185 points.
Yeah, there was a plus 188.5, and I was like, that's tempting. I put a couple dollars on it. Lost.
Oh, that hit. Wait, it didn't hit. Dang.
No, they just stopped. They didn't score for like the last 4 minutes.
Yeah. What about Luka Garza crying? That was pretty freaking sweet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just sad.
Iowa. They lost me so much money this year.
Is Gonzaga? I mean, Gonzaga is going to win it all, right? Like now, especially now.
Yeah, I think Baylor would be the only one that would give them any trouble.
I mean, I just feel like they've played.
Or if Alabama just like chucks up and goes 50% from three.
Yeah, definitely tough to beat somebody like that does that. But yeah, that would have been. I mean, I feel like the teams that would have given the most trouble, a lot of them are eliminated. Alabama's a great point. Alabama's going to be tough to beat if they played them, assuming they shoot lights out.
Dude, is Loyola Chicago just destined to win? Sister Jean's a witch, man. I tried to tell you.
You did. I mean, that's the thing is like if they've got the power of God on their side, like who can stop them? Yeah, man. I don't know. Also, like kind of hot take, Sister Jean. Praying for wins is a little sacrilegious. Okay, God doesn't care about basketball unless it's clearly God doesn't care about basketball. God doesn't care about sports, or Alabama wouldn't be good because Alabama is sent from. Have you been to that state? It is a straight from Hades state. Like they took it from Hades and put it just south of Tennessee. If God cared about sports, Nick Saban wouldn't win an effing game. Okay. So
Sure.
Sister Jean praying for this is just a little – I'm going to have to call her out.
So who are you picking, Oregon State or Loyola Chicago? Because those two teams are like the hottest teams of the tournament.
Yeah,
apparently.
they are. They are. Dude, I really, really enjoyed watching Loyola Chicago on Sunday against Illinois.
Even though I picked Illinois, yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm – see, but I'm going to pick them and they're going to lose. Let's go a little reverse psychology here. Let's go Oregon State. Let's go Oregon because
Okay.
I know Loyola ruined Tennessee's run a couple years ago, but I can't lie. I'm rooting for. I've got a little going for Loyola.
Yeah, I just don't want to see them win anymore. Like I just hate. Like it's like Alabama. I just hate seeing them win.
So you want Oregon State to win, like you actually do.
Yeah. Even though they beat Tennessee, but
Right.
whatever. I mean, whoever played Tennessee that day was going to beat Tennessee.
Right. That's fair. That's a good point. So I thought I heard some crazy stat about Creighton, speaking of Gonzaga, that Creighton's only made it to like 2 Sweet 16, something stupid like that.
It's probably true. Yeah.
But like if you heard that, would you not think, no, they've been to a lot more than that?
Sweet 16s. I don't know. I picked them to lose, and they won.
This is their first one since 1974,
Okay, I wouldn't have thought that.
according to Wikipedia. This is Wikipedia, guys. I don't know
God,
if it's
how
true.
easy is their road been? You see Santa Barbara, Ohio, and then they get Gonzaga. Good luck.
Yeah. Good luck.
The line's at 13.5.
Good
So
luck.
stupid. And it's probably going to hit, too.
Probably. Are you taking it? How confident are you?
I don't know. I took them at 15.5 against Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma would beat Creighton.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know. Not the Oklahoma team that's played the last couple of weeks. I'm about to go with no, they wouldn't.
I mean, they kept it. They scored some points against Gonzaga.
Fair.
I just look at this Creighton team. They got beat 73-48 by Georgetown, like last Saturday.
Okay, that's not good.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with. I might take in that case. I might take Gonzaga to cover. I might.
Okay.
All right, let's jump into. Do we have any questions? I know we've answered some along the way. Do we have any more that we've missed?
I think that's all I got right now. If y'all have any, drop them in the chat real quick. Mark Maxwell says Sister Jean.
I love
Yeah,
it.
she's a witch. I'm going with that theory.
All right, stupidity is an epidemic.
Oh, you're going to love this one. I'm not going to say who it is. You're just going to know who it is. He says, I'm sure you tough guys out there would love a coach grabbing your own kid. Sure you would.
The tough guys. I know from that comment, you tough guys.
Oh, my gosh. I was reading it, and just like, I went down like 3 tweets, and he said somebody else was tough. That's like his favorite adjective.
Look, maybe I'm a boomer. But I know what he's referring to as well. He's referring to Izzo with Michigan State. And I need to go back. I do need to go back and watch the play one more time, at least, before I comment on it. But if I remember correctly, he was talking to him and the player ran off.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm a boomer like my father. But I would have pulled a Lynn Mitchell and I would have ran my ass around the court after the game.
Oh, yeah.
Now, would I have been happy with him grabbing my kid? No. But would I have been way more upset with my kid about it? Yes.
Grabbing his jersey.
Yeah. He didn't punch him.
Yeah. He didn't grab his face mask.
Which I will still – I'm not a fan of Jeremy Pruitt now. I'm still going to go with Jesus Christ, guys. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah. Just, I mean, when somebody's talking to you, your coach is talking to you, look him in the eyes.
Yeah.
It's going to be way – let's play the long game here. It's going to be way better for you if you just take it and listen than if you try to run off.
Yeah, and that's my – and here's my next question. Probably shouldn't have grabbed him. Like, in the grand scheme of things, I got to think Izzo's like, shit, I probably shouldn't have done that. But it's not like he is physically abusing the guy. Like, he didn't beat him. It's not that big of a deal.
Guy's like 6'10", 250.
Right. I've got to think Izzo, if he has any kind of respect for his players or himself, was probably like, hey, when they sat down to hash things out, I've got to think, didn't want to do that. Sorry I did it. Surely. But
Izzo tried to grab his jersey and the guy just drug Izzo.
They did.
He's just
kind of
a massive human being.
Kind of a stupidity on Izzo's part for even trying to grab that guy. Right?
Yeah.
My first one goes out to the absolutely insaneness that has happened this week with Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Dude, it's gotten crazier somehow by every single tweet. Have you seen the latest?
I haven't seen the latest.
All right, let's go on a timeline of everything that's happened with Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So Topanga from Boy Meets World is married to this guy, who apparently is some Hollywood writer. I don't know. He tweets out a picture of Cinnamon Toast Crunch on his counter with very obvious, in my opinion. I eat shrimp a lot. Big shrimp guy. Don't know about you.
Shrimp. Yeah, it's one of my favorite foods.
I know what shrimp tails look like. Very obvious shrimp tails. He tweets it. He's like, yo, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, what the F? Which I would do too. Because what the F? They're like, hey, that's messed up. DM us. Let us know what's going on. He DMs them. They DM back and they're like, upon further inspection, that is just clusters of cinnamon that happens all the time. Probably not shrimp tails. He's like, no, these are definitely shrimp tails.
I tasted it.
Oh, this is just nuts that they even believe that. So he has one of those family things from Costco. Topanga opens the other bag and finds rat poop and string and what looks like the bag's been taped. This is nuts. How this happens is beyond me. It's nuts. So yeah, 2 bags, both contaminated with God knows what. Honestly, the more I think about it, it may not have even happened to the General Mills factory. This could have been tampered with after. But regardless, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is doing a terrible PR job. Even if that's not true. And also, I got to go, the shrimp tails did look sugar coated. They were almost got thrown in the batch with however you coat the toast things. I don't know what they're called.
Mhm.
So I will say that does look iffy. And then there's definitely rat poop like baked into them. So yeah, disgusting. I still ate a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch this morning. Don't care. Because this has been going on for like a week now. Okay, so moving on from that. Then people find an old tweet of Topanga's. I don't know her real name. So I'm just going to go with Topanga. Childhood crush. She actually ran like an ad for Coffee Mate for a Cinnamon Toast Crunch flavored coffee creamer, which, by the way, is very, very good. But she ran an ad for it like a year ago. So everyone's like, oh, my God, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, you lost a valuable customer, clearly. So she's getting weird and weirder. And then today, I'm probably missing something, too, because it's been the weirdest saga I've ever experienced. Then today, turns out this dude is like an abuser. The dude that tweeted it out originally. Dude, people are going off on him. Like, people that he worked with, people that he's like had relationships with, or like what you may not know about. This is the first one that I saw. What you may not know about the man behind the viral post is he's a manipulative, gaslighting, narcissistic ex-boyfriend who once told me he was surprised I hadn't killed myself yet.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So like, what the? And a lot of people are like, he's doing it for attention. He's doing it for attention. So I don't even know what's going on. Is the shrimp real? I have no idea. Dude, it's nuts.
I mean,
I'm having so much fun.
I'm gonna be real pissed if I go to like a seafood restaurant, order shrimp, and I get Cinnamon Toast Crunch because of this.
I'd be upset, but I wouldn't be pissed. I like both. So,
but shrimp is way more expensive than Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
not those family packs. Those family packs can get pricey.
Yeah, they're a little hefty.
Yeah. So, dude, just first off, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Danielle Official Carp.
Yes,
her name.
that's her name.
Danielle.
Yeah. So Cinnamon Toast Crunch stupidity. Their PR team is terrible. Oh, that's what I've left out too. They were like, "Hey, mail this in to us, and we'll have our lab investigate it." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to send this in to you guys. You're clearly trying to cover this up. Like, I'm going to have this. Like, I'm not sending this to you. It's nuts. It's just wild." So stupidity on them. They're awful. Follow the saga. It's great.
I love that the first article I see on here is "Boy Meets Shrimp."
Yes. Yes. What's up, Chris? It's okay that you're late. We're happy to have you.
Hey, man.
Welcome in. I'm actually I'll say I'm sad that you haven't been in for the whole show, but better late than never.
Yeah. Glad to have you. My next one, and I'm sure you got this one too, but it's the most high-tech bra you've ever seen.
God, I didn't have that one. That's a good one though. It's a good one.
So Tennessee's official Tennessee football verified, it's got the check account, tweeted the most high-tech bra you've ever seen, and it's the catapult thing that, they have the pictures of the guys working out. I don't understand it. My wife was just like, what's up with this like sports bra these football players are wearing? I'm like, I don't understand it. I don't know why they couldn't just make a whole shirt.
Right. Well, and I think that's a good question. That's a valuable question. I'm going to go with, I don't know. I don't have a good answer for you because I also like, I don't know. I don't know, man. But yeah, it's been a thing in soccer for a long time. These vests, I guess is what you call them. Like soccer players have been wearing them for years now.
It's just
3 or 4 years. No, it definitely is a weird look. Especially because like, I feel like, especially in football, how many people don't wear undershirts now?
probably quite a bit.
You think a lot of people don't wear them?
I mean, when I was in college, there was a lot of people, like especially linemen, that would just, throw their pads on.
They just raw dog it?
Raw dog it, yeah.
Dude, even with some of the padding nowadays, man, you still get rubbed a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not a fan of it. I did it for
I would never do it.
Hot summer days. Oh, it was the best. When that breeze hits you in your mesh jersey, oh, it was freaking awesome. But no, I couldn't raw dog it often.
Yeah. So I mean, did Zeke start this?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I'm actually about to tweet back at the football account just tweeted out something about Brandon Kennedy. I'm like, but is he wearing a sports bra? Why would they tweet that? Why would they tweet that? I don't get it. The moment they tweeted it, I said, why? Like, what did I say? I said, did the football account really tweet that? They deleted it almost minutes later.
Yeah, I don't understand why they couldn't just make a compression like tank top. I just don't understand.
Right. I guess for the people, I don't. Well, yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't have an answer for you. I don't know. It's the new thing. It's popular. Everybody wears them now. So
it's weird. I definitely would like wear a shirt over it if I was wearing it.
Oh, you don't like the look of it?
No, I mean, it's just not for me. I got a little bit of a little boy belly kind of thing. I'm working on it, but I mean, it's still not where I just like, yeah, I'm showing everything.
I don't think you need to worry about wearing a fitness monitoring sports bra anytime soon. So I think you're good there.
Okay.
I'll say
just in case.
I mean, I've always thought they looked weird. I've seen them on soccer players so long, like I just don't even think twice about it now. They're like definitely starting to get more popular in basketball and football now. So like everyone's seeing them. Like in 3 or 4 years, I don't think people even notice them. Like it'll just be a part of what people wear.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty new to the rest of the.
But is it called a bra?
No, I think it's called a vest. I think they're fitness tracking vest. I believe is what they're called.
Well, I don't know. Whatever.
I think they were responding to like people asking about them.
Gotcha.
In like their videos. Yeah, and so I think they were trying to be funny, and it just did not land like at all. At all.
Just missed.
Yeah.
You know, you had Dominic Wood Anderson wide open in the swamp against Florida, and you just chuck it in the stands.
Yeah, it wasn't not good. I'm trying to look up to see what they call these things.
It's really catapult something.
Yeah, but I think like if you see like a product description, I think they're called vest. I think they say vest. Catapult player. Hold on. This is a different brand, but it's the same general idea.
Yeah, it's called a
Apex. So this one's
Apex
called
vest.
Yeah, Apex vest. Yep. So yeah, they're vest. So this one, I'm like in these pictures, like of the Apex vest, they're actually wearing them over their shirts.
Oh, okay.
It still looks weird. It doesn't look any better. Weird. But they are wearing them over. So like you would wear a vest in soccer, like if you were practicing.
Like a penny?
Penny, yep. We call them bibs, Landon. Come on.
Oh, sorry.
Uncultured swine. I don't know the importance of it. Like I guess there's some kind of importance of it like going on your back there. I don't know. I gotta think it's like strategic, right? Like strategically placed.
Yeah, maybe we should I don't know if you can rent them or something. Maybe we can get our hands on one and see what it actually does. We can go to
see how fast our heart rate goes up.
Yeah. We can go to the field and test it out.
There you go. I like it. I'll delete my tweet, Tennessee football, if you let us borrow one for a day.
Yeah.
How about that?
Preferably a clean one would be helpful.
Yeah, I'd take clean. I'd take clean for sure. Okay. Do you have any more stupidities? I don't think I have any more.
That's all I got.
Okay. Well, guys, in that case. So I can see if I can pull one more up. Hey, tweet us your all-tournament team players. Teammates. All tournament team teammates. Tweet them at us. We need suggestions. We've got Paul Heipler. We've got Uroš Plavšić. And I think coach right now, someone correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's got to be Nate Oates. The man is like on the court after before every timeout's even been called, like celebrating. He's a hype man. Nate Oates is a hype man.
Who's the Texas A&M coach? I'm blanking on
Chris
his name.
Beard.
Texas A&M.
Oh, sorry. But no. What is his name?
Butch?
No. It's the guy that used to be at Virginia Tech.
Buzz Williams.
Buzz Williams, okay. Oh, I was getting there. Buzz Williams.
He's always on the court.
He's always on the court, like yelling.
Yeah.
Nate Oates is like timeout hadn't even been called. He's out there celebrating a three-pointer that his team just hit.
Like Nate, he was literally standing right next to you when he shot it.
Yeah, exactly. And then listen, I hate Alabama again. I feel like I got to reiterate that. But him telling Will Wade to get the F off his court, big fan of that.
Yeah, love it.
Big fan of that.
Will Wade.
Exactly. All right, guys, appreciate y'all listening. I don't have anything else. I'm going to let y'all go. We will talk with you again this Sunday night, back at 8, talking more basketball, talking a little spring practice, sprinkle that in, pro day, things like that. And hopefully discussing are we speaking into existence, series sweep of the LSU Tigers?
Yeah, we want a sweep, baby. We don't want the series win. That's nice and all, but we want a sweep. We want to bring out the brooms. It's a mess. Let's clean it up in the SEC. How about that?
Let's do it.
That's all we got. We're bringing the boat in, and we out.